I am a healthcare professional, an activist in the Hispanic community, and a member of Socialist Alternative. I am not an expert on the L.E.A.D program, but what I know as an informed citizen is that without a L.E.A.D program, our most vulnerable groups are stuck in a cycle of prison, poverty, and systemic racism. Racial disparity is prevalent in jails. Blacks and Hispanics make up a little bit over a quarter of the country's population, yet nearly 60% of those are incarcerated. We need to dismantle any system that promotes racist policies and instead implement programs that help restore the dignity and respect of our citizens. As I listen to really these heartbreaking stories, they trigger a past conversation I had with a Capitol Hill resident. This lady asked me what was Kshama's stand on police brutality. I talked to her about the importance of transparency, accountability, and Kshama's relentless work fighting against police violence in our communities. The lady said to me, well, I work for the police department. I thought I was gonna get an earful on her stance against Kshama. However, she told me she was very eager to see a change within the police department. She felt many people were in jail for the wrong reasons. Individuals with mental health issues abandoned in jail cells instead of receiving medical treatment. Individuals with drug addictions incarcerated for petty crimes only because they are unable to thrive on their own in the real world. She told me cops just don't have a way to triage the people. For those familiar with the triage term, in a hospital setting, you triage a patient after an assessment to determine what level of care is needed based on their needs. As we know, triage is not an option in the police department. Their only answer to a low-level crime is to continuously send back the same individuals to jail with no resources to help them thrive in their community. A black man between the ages of 20 and 34 is 9 times more likely to be jailed than his white counterpart. As Hispanics, we also share the same sentiment of fear, to be incarcerated just for the mere fact of not having the proper documents. With language barriers, a situation can turn hostile right away for that individual. An undocumented immigrant worker always wakes up with the fear that today could be the day he will not see his family again if he gets pulled over for a traffic violation and is deported back to Mexico. Yesterday, a former House Speaker was sentenced to 15 months of jail time. He was a serial child molester and violated banking report laws to silence his victims. His defense lawyers contested that he should avoid a prison sentence altogether, stating Dennis Harder is in poor health and had already paid a high price of public disgrace. These are the level of crimes that wealthy commit, and their sentences get resolved over cocktail parties, while our community members receive harsher sentences for low-level crimes. Which is why I am very, very excited to hear that there has been a proposal to expand L.E.A.D to Capitol Hill. But it's also not surprising to hear the expansion has been proposed with very limited funding. We know the L.E.A.D program has proven itself as a concrete and viable alternative. Let's provide opportunities, services, and housing to people engaged in low-level crime offenses. The so-called war on drugs in our communities have created mass incarcerations across the country, have destroyed minority groups and their communities, and most importantly, these tactics are designed to permanently lower the standard of living in our country. If we are serious about expanding L.E.A.D, then just like the 15 now minimum wage, we are going to have to build a powerful movement rooted in this community in Seattle, and we are going to have to win it through struggle. Thank you again, Kshama, for organizing this town hall reunion and uniting once again the community in social struggles. Thank you to everyone for willing to push this initiative and for recognizing that the L.E.A.D program is the first step in helping individuals regain their human dignity and capacity for freedom and choice. We want more rehabilitation and less criminalization of our community members. Thank you so much.